Good evening, and thank you for joining us. For those that have joined outside South Africa, welcome. For those that is new to our live platform, please be advised that when triggered or shifted in a certain way based on the content being shared here this evening, please do add your comments in the comment section provided. Um, we will be kickstarting this live event to help highlight issues around cultural sensitivity and awareness in South Africa. We will also touch briefly on the issue of negative stereotypes against various groups and cultures, particularly in Cape Town, South Africa. This evening, we highlight the ignorance versus the importance of tolerance in these uncertain times we find ourselves in. If you are just joining us, this is the third installment of our Facebook Live events. Here we discover and we discuss burning topics and solutions to hopefully find sensible ways to be more bolder in our quest to help bring about positive change within ourselves and the communities we serve. I personally feel that our country is facing the worst of times. Our country is deeply divided. Inflammatory words and actions daily fuel add fuel to the fire of bigotry and bias, the discord around us all, and without a doubt, it penetrates the lives of our young generation. Just witnessing the hate and despair all around us makes this topic this evening even more relevant. So, last week, I read an article around the debacle when a gentleman by the name of, I think, Tando Malungu was asked to leave the Boulders shopping center. I think the center is situated in KwaZulu Natal, better known as Durban. This young gentleman was dressed in traditional attire, walked in the mall, and was told to exit the mall because he was supposedly dressed inappropriately. In 2021, ladies and gentlemen, this is still happening. I can only speak truth to power based on my own personal experience, having been advocating against racial injustices and inequality in South Africa for many years. So, this topic is very dear to my heart, and therefore I felt the need to make this the point of discussion this evening. And this is based on my years of facilitation experience around the issues of structural racism, racial inequality, and negative stereotypes used against marginalized groups in this country. I feel the time is now to have these forms of dialogues and intercultural learning approach encourages us and to develop an understanding of culture and cultural difference. And this is through reflecting on our own context and experience. So, before going any further, let us just spend some time discussing what we mean by cultural awareness in the context of the far South Peninsula, where we are actively involved in and we are trying desperately to break down cultural barriers and help eradicate racial tension amongst the various racial groups in this valley. We are yet to experience or witness our white neighboring communities especially the parents, to make the conscious effort to help integrate their kids with those just a stone throw away. We are yet to witness the authentic collaborations between the various cultures in this valley. And we are yet to witness an intercultural project that help amplify the need to understand identity and difference, and to explore privilege and power, and to facilitate anti-bias education from an early childhood development level. And lastly, we are yet to witness how communities in this valley mobilize against injustices and inequality still dominant against disenfranchised people in South Africa. So, the ability and responsibility for all of us in this valley is to help use our skills, knowledge, and the resources to increase our understanding and appreciation of cultural differences and similarities within, among, and between groups residing in the far South Peninsula. So, check this. When we interact in cross cultural situations, a lack of awareness can lead to bad or poor decisions. We see this happening on all levels. We experience this on the civic level, and we experience this on the community level. So I strongly believe that cultural awareness helps us reduce the chances of making bad decisions and increases the chance of us making more insightful, considered decisions, especially when we are wanting to assist in breaking down of cultural barriers in this valley. I have a personal story that I would like to share with you. There were a time when I felt that I don't belong when entering into a white neighborhood or eating out with family and friends in a white owned establishment within this valley. There are times I question the fact that there are only a certain racial group serving at white owned establishments in this valley. There are times I question the fact that there are certain racial groups operating the tills, packing customer groceries, and packing shelves at Pick and Pay, Checkers, and ShopRite in this valley. There's something clearly wrong with this picture. So much things to unpack when it comes to situations such as this that have been perpetuated for a very long time, especially in this far South Valley. So I ask myself, why are we still at the point where we forfeit our right to progress? And I've added this on my post today. Sometimes I battle with the thoughts of why we do not seem to move forward. Are we striving for the wrong things? And therefore we stay limited in our growth? Or is there a system, a stubborn system in place that are keeping certain groups from advancing in life? What are we doing to help break the stubborn belief system in this valley? A belief system that keep people and communities in bubbles and afraid to lock arms to help bring about positive change. We need to seriously expand our consciousness before we experience even the worst of times in this valley in terms of conflict and violence. We have seen it, we have witnessed it, we have experienced this. So We must learn to strive for racial equality. We need to strive for compassion and empathy and understanding of differences and identities in this valley. I know and have experienced myself that striving to understand identity and difference can be not only uncomfortable at first, but sometimes downright painful. We we have a history in this valley that have been untouched, a history that been untold and avoided. And therefore, I believe we see the results today within our communities in this valley: protest, violence, hate, despair, and all sorts of negative social ills. Do we know why hurting people hurt people? Yes, it can be an agony of effort, although never, as mentioned before, a force to avoid this elephant in the room. It's time to address this elephant. And we will experience no peace, and we cannot develop the breadth and depth of positive resolve, a quality of love, unless we know from the inside of our homes and communities what it means to strive to help break down cultural barriers in this valley. So, our work as custodians for positive change, as parents, as community leaders, as educators, as adult advisors, our counselors, our social workers, etc., need to understand the importance of promoting cultural awareness. Our teachers who are interested in fostering a cultural awareness in their classroom should actively demonstrate to the students that they genuinely care about their cultural, emotional, and intellectual needs. So, for all of us to help incorporate cultural awareness in our homes and in our communities, I'll share a few ways of hopefully helping foster cultural awareness. So, for our adult advisors working within schools in this valley and early childhood development as well, I would like to share this. Number one, express interest in the ethnic background of your students. Please encourage your students to research and share information about their ethnic background as as a means of fostering a trusting relationship with fellow classmates. We also have an award-winning curriculum for, for this kind of work if you are interested to get involved in our peace building work. Um, and number two, I would say maintain a strict level of sensitivity to language concerns. In traditional classrooms, I've witnessed that students who are not native English speakers often feel marginalized, lost, and pressured into discarding their original language in favor of English. And number three, I would think maintain an inclusive community that remains respectful of differences. A culturally responsive community or parents can help people from a minority ethnic racial background, help them develop a sense of identity as individuals, as well as proudly identify with other cultural groups. So please, for more information, and if you're wanting to reach out about our peace building work, please visit the website, which I will share in the banner below. And thank you for your time here this evening. And I appreciate you showing up. Us, let's be the change we want to see. Let's collectively try and break down cultural barriers in this valley. So next week, same place, same time. I'm All Mentor. I'm the founder and director of Mentoring Peace Builders South Africa, and I'm the affiliate coordinator for an international organization called Peace Jam Foundation. So, yeah, let's delve into the comments. But before I do that, let me just share our website details. We have the website details below. For more updates, please visit us. We have all the information. We have an award-winning curriculum that we would love to partner with various organizations and really get into the schools just to facilitate our compassion in action curriculum, to help understand identity and difference, overcome negative stereotypes, also to explore privilege and power as well, and how we can find sensible ways to be more and do more in the context of joy and happiness. So let me see what comments do we have here. Oh, Dimitri, thank you so much for always showing up and be present on our platform. I appreciate that, my brother. And please continue your quest. You're doing phenomenal work. I'm supportive. Um, Always trying to send you some positive vibrations as well. And know it's hard. And Sarah, thank you. She had mentioned that this valley needs our strength, not me alone. Together we can, and leadership. And she's grateful for this engagement. I'm grateful for you as well for also showing up and wanting to be the change you want to see, Sarah. And thank you for sharing your truth so openly. I think um, depends on a whole community, a whole valley to try and show up authentically. I think the call to action is now. We are witnessing so much negativity in this valley. It's time to unite, time to start exploring ways of how we can share resources in order for us to break down these cultural barriers and just be the change. So thank you for showing up this evening. Love and light, same place, same time next week, and we will continue this discussion. And next week we'll hopefully have an authority in the industry that will join us, that we will help interview, and hopefully they can share their expertise and knowledge and experience in order for us to amplify the need to unite as a Far South Valley, as a nation with all its cultures and ethnic groups. So thank you, love and light. Have a good evening. Love.